The resources are available. It's not like we do not have the resources. Why is it so difficult to get our refineries to run? I mean, the Dangote refinery over if I'm not mistaken, 65,000 or thereabout, I think that's what it is, or more. And that refinery is one of the largest, and it came up running in less than 3 years. So exactly what is the problem in PENGASSAN's opinion?
We have said it over and over again. Before now, we are not carried along with the supposed turnaround maintenance that we are doing. So if you look at...
You call it supposed. Does it mean that we don't have...
We don't see the impact. If the refineries are working, me and you will see the product in the market. So if you have been maintaining the refinery over the years, how come there is no product? It's not functional. So when I say supposedly, they claim they have been maintaining the refinery, and we are not seeing that in the product availability. So what we did was from the PIB to PIA, we contributed our quota to ensure that the union will be carried along in the current maintenance. So I think we ensure that we follow up to the processes, and today what they are doing, we are monitoring it.
You're monitoring the work ongoing at the
Yes.
moment. All right, so talk to us. What is next now for PENGASSAN? Has any meeting been reached by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Staff Association? Are you looking at how are you going forward now with the new price of petrol? Because, I mean, you had earlier said that, well, this is what we see petrol price looking like once subsidy is removed. You've also encouraged for the removal of subsidy. Now subsidy has been removed, but you don't seem to be excited about it. So what is the way forward?
The government have to return back to table. First of all, they need to revert to the old rate. Subsidy was captured in the budget for the month of June. So there was no need to explicitly announce the word subsidy at the end of May. June is the targeted month. Even though we have not affirmed that, there was still discussion ongoing. Government has to reverse back to the old price and then come to the table.
Please, I want you to state for us again. So you're saying that there were provisions for subsidy in the budget up until June?
Yes.
How did you come about this?
The government Minister of Finance stated that before the end of last administration.
Okay. So what could be behind why then we are not seeing the subsidy continuing until the end of June?
It's just a mere pronouncement by the current president on the May Day. It just was thrown all of us into confusion. There was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for the pronouncement because there were still provision for subsidy till end of June.
Well, many people already have diverse opinions about this. For some people, regardless of the price, they are just after the product being very available and readily available for them to access, and it wouldn't mind how much it costs as long as we can easily get it without staying in the queues and all of that. It brings me to ask, do we have products in this country? Is there petroleum products? Do we have petrol, to be precise, in this country?
An NPC have gone ahead to assure that there are products in the country. The same NPC went ahead to fix a new rate without waiting to the end of June. So those are the intrigues. So, from what they told us as products.
What about from what you know as PENGASSAN?
Well,
from what you know as PENGASSAN, would you stand before Nigerians and say, well, we agree with NNPC, we have sufficient product to take care of the demands? Yes,
there is sufficient product. If you go out there in the street, the marketers have products which are subsidized already by the federal government. So they resorted to selling it at the exorbitant rate because of the pronouncement. There are products in the country.
What is the yardstick for fixing these prices? What would PENGASSAN say was looked at before they arrived at these prices? For Lagos, many would say perhaps we have the vessels landing there and then the Dangote refinery now, which is not operational yet, but perhaps in the future. What else would you say is responsible for these? Because we have refineries here. We also have a port here as well.
I can respond. There is no discussion on the pricing. I don't know where an NPC got that figures from. It's very, very abnormal for someone to sit down in the comfort of his office and fix prices without consulting the stakeholders. We saw that online, and to me, it's an aberration that NPC just wake up one morning and fix prices. Who sat and fixed those prices? And what was the yardstick for fixing the prices?
The old prices we had, I'm pretty sure a meeting was held between PENGASSAN and the government. So those old prices between PENGASSAN and NNPC Limited at the time, what was the yardstick for fixing those old prices?
We look at the landing cost of the product, the subsidizing amount, and then the market price. You don't wake up in the morning and distribute prices to states.
So from these prices now, the various regions of the country I just analyzed or called out, you're saying that those particular indices were not looked at?
I don't know where NNPC got those figures from. We are not aware of that.
Right. Another person, a very important question, the importation of the product. It was saying, why do we have the monopoly of importation? Is that something PENGASSAN has also raised?
Yeah, if you open up the importation of the product without regulating it, one day you wake up and you are putting kerosene in your petrol vehicle. So the regulatory agencies will also play a role in regulating what comes in, the quality, and before it's been thrown into the market.
So in other words, you would say that you would not support the monopoly of importation, or you agree with just the NNPC having the sole powers to import the product?
The regulatory agencies will play a role. Whoever is bringing the product will bring a standard product. So that's where they will verify what is coming in before it be distributed into the market. I think we had a crisis last year or so when we had a bad
the Belgium issue.
So those are part of the issues that we're
going to face. We have a sole importer, so it's even worrying that we have a sole importer when that product came in and they said, oh, our machines, we do not test for methane, or was it propane or methane?
Someone did not do his job.
But then why haven't anybody been fired?
You know how this is work.
I don't know. You are in the sector.
I am not the government functionary.
You are in the sector. You would have an idea.
No, I'm not a government functionary. If those in charge of such regulatory positions are government functionaries. Government is supposed to take charge and take action on such a lacuna.
So how is PENGASSAN reacting to this? You had said that PENGASSAN had plans in mind, but then you're also looking at how those plans could affect the people. Now, my question is, the prices are here. This is what it is. Even though you said that there wasn't any negotiations or meeting between NNPC and PENGASSAN and other stakeholders before arriving at these prices,
correct,
and you do not know what yardsticks they use to arrive at these, we still have the prices. That's what it is. And you heard the callers. The major complaints from them is not about the availability. It's more about the price. People cannot believe it. And they're saying if the budget provides for subsidy up until the end of June, why would the NNPC be acting in this manner now? So what plans did PENGASSAN have, and what steps are you looking at taking?
The leadership is still consulting. Like you know, the meeting yesterday was inconclusive. We are giving those avenues to ensure that we explore all the amicable conversations. If that fails, we'll go back to, the union will have a way of doing our things. We'll go back to the drawing board.
I think I should be direct with it. Are we seeing a protest, a strike? Are you closing shops? What exactly?
It's procedural. The leadership will give a directive on that.